Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to She Boss Talk. I'm Shantae Roddy. We're talking about grants, and more grants today. More free money for your business. If you're an entrepreneur, small business owner, for-profit, nonprofit, this video is for you. So come on in. If you're new to our videos, new to our channel, and to She Boss Talk, do let us know who you are, where you're hailing from, and what your business is. Let us know also what relief programs have you taken advantage of between 2020 and 2021. Want to let you all know that there is more grant money, more that are coming to as we close out 2021 and enter 2022. And I want to make sure that you all are set up for success, so that you can go after the money that is out there for you and your small business. Do give this a thumbs up, hit the love button, so more entrepreneurs and small business owners see this. We need as many business owners seeing these broadcasts as possible, because we know there's still millions of small businesses that don't even know that these grant programs, relief programs, free money programs exist for their small business. And if they have heard about it, a lot of times what they do is that they take themselves out of the running. They just assume that they don't qualify for these programs. And in reality, most likely they do, right? Because there's a number of different programs. If you don't qualify for one, you will qualify for something. There's a grant with your name on it. And so we want you all to know that and be ready and to take action on behalf of your business. So do share this broadcast out. You guys, you all make a big impact by just sharing our videos, just telling someone to go come check us out. Did you hear about this program? Did you hear about that program? And she's explaining those programs to you. So we try to break it down into simple terms that you can understand, so that it's not overly complicated, because as some of these programs are, we don't want you to be intimidated to the point where you just give up and don't go after the money that is available out here, okay? So with that said, I have a lot to get to. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. As always, if I don't get to it during the live, I will follow up after the show, because there's new grants. There's some other grants that are still ongoing, some that have tight deadlines that are closing out at the end of the year, and then new ones that are coming online. So we're going to get to those. As always, the resources are always in the description, in the show notes, and we do pin resources to the comments. You will also see information and resources scrolling across the screen. Right now, we're offering 20% off for the holidays. Treat yourself to a gift. You know, there's a lot of gift giving. Don't forget to give yourself a gift to help you make more money in your business in the new year. And so those are what our master classes do. So as a gift, we're giving you 20% off through December 31st of this year. Okay, so let's get into it. A lot of new grants that are coming out, that some that are at your local level, some that are at nationwide level. One of the first ones that I want to talk about, this is a new grant that just came out for those that are in North Carolina, okay? I talk a lot about state run grant programs. They started rolling them out, and I said if they haven't, they will. If they had and they closed, most likely they will have another round and another round and another round. Or maybe they will pass legislation in your state and add more funding to the pot, and then have another program or reopen one that has already closed. Because they know small businesses still are impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. So North Carolina is one of these states. So they just opened up a $500 million fund to provide grants to the small businesses there. So if you're in North Carolina, you know a business that is, please share this video, tag them in this video so that they are made aware of this grant opportunity. Again, $500 million. Now, the unique thing about this particular grant, I'm not going to pull it on the screen because I have a lot to get to, but this one, they actually are not telling the amount of the grant up front, okay? Typically, they tell you the amounts of the grants, the different levels of the grants. They basically say on their website is that they would determine it at the end of the application period, okay? So I guess what that means is that they're going to look at how many applicants they have versus the pool of money they have. and then use that to determine how much grants that funding that each business will get. Okay, because they didn't mention, usually these huge state funds, usually there's different levels, and usually it's based on revenue, right? Your revenue amounts or the size of your business, but they did not indicate that was the case. So again, that's North Carolina Small Business Recovery Grant that is available. Another unique thing about this one is unique in that most times when they're issuing you the grants, it's a direct deposit. This one, they're giving all the grants by check. Now, we already know how some business owners treat their emails, and we know people overlook their mail, right? So if you apply for this program, know that they will be sending out a check. So don't overlook that check when it comes in the mail. Don't throw it out, because they are sending every single payment of a grant if you are awarded by check. Okay, so again, that's North Carolina $500 million fund. Grant amount is to be determined. New York City also has a grant program. Theirs is $100 million fund. New York has been on the forefront of providing relief to small business owners and entrepreneurs and nonprofits. So if you are in New York again, or know someone that's based in New York, please tag them in this video or share this video with them, because this is not the only grant. They have a New York City grant, $100 million, where they're giving out $10,000 grants. But they also have one at the state level that the grant is up to $50,000, right? So this is to show you that there is some significant money out there for you to be able to get access to for your business, including at the state level. This is not even it, right? This does not mean that these are the only grants in your state, right? Or county or city, because we cannot name all of those, right? We give you the tools. The grant tracker is our free listing. The states are listed on there. The top states are listed on there, as well as tips on how to go get free money for your business. Use that to use the tracker to start your search, but don't use it to end it, right? Because there's many more grants out there. What you need to know is that there are grants in your state, and there's more coming. And many of these grant programs, some of these grant programs really want to pay you before the end of the year, right? Especially because it's around the holidays. So expect that a lot of these programs will be closing out at the end of this year. And then you can look forward to more funding in 2022. But yeah, New York City, $10,000, New York State Recovery Grant, $50,000, and they have a number of other programs as well that are available. And I said this before, so for those of you that are new, most states have a central portal. They have created a one-stop shop portal for all things small business, COVID-related resources, technical assistance, grants, and other types of funding program made available by the state. So find that. If you don't know where else to start, right, and your state is not on our top 10 list, go start at your governor's office and their business center, their business agency or economic development agency. Is where you can find information. Start. Somebody will tell you where to go, or what website has all of the resources listed for you and your small business. Okay, so that, again, those are just a few of the states. We have more on our grant tracker, so look out for that. Just want to give a shout out to one of our partners. One of our partners out there, his name is Hello Skip. And he has a YouTube channel just like us. He's been on the forefront of COVID-19, providing a wealth of information as well. So I want to let you all know that he has a grant program. He has given out thousands of dollars in grant funding during COVID-19. Now, he is also giving out $1,000 grants to entrepreneurs and small business owners. So you will see in the link in the description, also to his video announcement, as well as the link to where to apply. He has an app that is available for business owners to get funding and access to other resources as well. So again, do check that out. I just want to give a thank you to Hello Skip for all the work that he has been doing, just like myself. He actually reached out to me. He saw the work that I was doing, and this is just a reminder that you have advocates that are out here day in and day out working on your behalf, making sure that we notify Congress and our leaders about the challenges of small business, that we petition to get us more relief and more of these types of programs, that we continue to keep you updated on the different relief that is out there for you and your small business. So again, that is Hello Skip, and his platform is giving out $1,000 grants or giveaways. You can call, it's free money for your business. So go check that out as well. Some more grants that I want to really talk about and feature. One of that is coming to a close. They actually extended it. This is the Facebook We the Culture Accelerator and Grant Program. Is a really good grant program for content creators. This is for minority content creators on Facebook platform where they are giving out significant grant money for you. So they extended it to today. Today is December the 20th. So if you're interested in applying, the application is on our grant tracker. So be sure to apply for that program. Also, Facebook has a lot of programs. So if you're on the Facebook platform, please get plugged into what is happening with Facebook. They have given out a significant number of grants multiple times, not only cash, but in the form of ad credits. Actually, they just closed out. I'm in a group called Facebook Elevate. That is for minority businesses. It's such a wonderful group. They have such a wealth of information, and that's actually how I found out about the ad credit coupon that they had recently, right? $4,000 ad credit. So I said that grants can come in a number of different forms, right? So for a lot of businesses that are on Facebook that run digital ads on the platform, being able to get access to ad credits, right? It still has monetary value. That's $4,000 that you don't have to come out of pocket yourself. But that program is closed, but they will have many more programs. Okay. Another program that Facebook has is their Facebook Invoice Fast Track program that they launched a few months ago. This is $100 million fund as well. You do need to be a certified business, as well as working, have a corporate contract, or your customer is a corporate customer or government customer. That goes back to what I talk about government contracting, right? How many of you all want to get into government contracting in the new year? That is a great way to be able to scale your business. A lot of opportunities coming for small businesses there. And Facebook recognizes that when you do have these corporate and government contracts, that it takes a while to get paid from the time that you provide the service. It could be 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days out while you're waiting on your invoices to be paid. So they're going to fast track it for you, so you get paid immediately. And then what they're going to do is then the customer would then pay Facebook. So you do not have to wait. We all know how important it is for business owners to have working capital, right? And if you don't get paid, you have to figure out how you're going to sustain your business. How are you going to meet payroll and other expenses while you're still waiting to be paid on that particular customer? So these are some fantastic programs, again, that many aren't aware of. So that's why I'm bringing it back to you, because we don't know how long it will be available. What I do know is that Facebook is expecting through this program to be able to support 30,000 small businesses. That's a lot of small businesses. And for all of the grant programs that they've had, they've helped thousands of businesses. So this is really your opportunity to do it. Because I know sometimes many people feel like, why apply for a grant? Because there's so much competition out there. There's hundreds of people, thousands of people applying. There's thousands of people apply for the same grants I applied for, and I won them. Okay, don't be discouraged by that. But Facebook, actually, their pools are larger, so they're giving away thousands of grants. So that increases your chances of being one of the ones that can be awarded. If you submit a correct and accurate and complete application, the likelihood of you qualifying is greater. Okay. So I know that was the case when they had their grants, earlier in 2021. I applied for that and I got it too. So again, you don't want to hesitate on these grants. You need to really take action as quick as possible when you find out that these grants are available. Now, another one that I wanted to mention as well, because I talked about this already, content creation is big. That is a money maker. There is so much money, billions of dollars is being given and going to continue into 2022 and beyond to be given to those who create content, and more specifically video content, okay, across these platforms. And right now they're competing for your content, so they're paying you, right? So they want to help you, so they're having accelerators. So all of these platforms, social media platforms, have started up these accelerator programs in which they're giving you free money. Okay, so Snapchat is one of those. And their application actually closes February 1st, and I believe they're going to be announcing the first cohort. This is their first cohort for the accelerator program. I believe it's a year long, but the grant is $10,000 per month. $10,000 per month. Okay. And so while I'm on social media, just want to bring this up. It's not a grant, it's a bonus. It's free money. It's free money. Facebook, when you log into your Facebook account, check and see if you get an invite. You may also get an email, okay? Either email, or when you log in, you'll be notified by Facebook that you've been invited to participate in their bonus program, where they are giving you up to $35,000 to create video content via Reels. Reels are short videos. So if you check for that invite, and if you get it, sign up. Is a simple, took 1 minute for me to sign up for the program. And basically now is on me to start creating the Reels. And they're going to pay me up to $35,000 for my content. Okay, so this is just an example of what's out there for content creators. Okay, and you don't have to be a professional, right? You don't have to have fancy equipment. All you have to do is have a cell phone that can capture video and start creating videos about whatever you want to talk about, whatever you're passionate about, and whatever is going to be of value to your audience, and start sharing the videos. I can't say that enough, because I'm trying to get as much of the billions of dollars out there that I possibly can. I've applied for almost every content creator accelerator that I find out about, and I'm still waiting to hear on two, because they were between October and November were the application periods, and I'm wrapping up the application on the Snap Inc. Snap Inc. owns Snapchat. Okay, for those of you that don't know about Snapchat, they own Snapchat. So this is their first accelerator program. Okay, so we talked about Facebook, we talked about Snapchat, Hello Skip, New York City, North Carolina. So again, go after those state grants, not only your state, please look in your counties and your cities. Sometimes I mention the cities and counties here and there, but you'll be amazed at what types of programs that you'll find, what types of grants that they're giving out at your local level that you don't know about. Okay, this is for all types of businesses, whether you're new. They have programs for startups. They have programs for those of you that have employees, because they want you to employ more people. So they're going to give you money to employ more people, because that helps the economy to have people employed. Okay, so they're going to give you money for a whole lot of reasons. Someone else was just telling me that they have a nonprofit, and they focus on, I believe, re-employing those that have been incarcerated. And so they were asking about money for that. There is millions of dollars for programs like that, right? For programs that help former felons be able to get employment or start a business. I mean, so there are so many grants out there to be aware of, and they're not all COVID related. Please do look in your local area, okay? Go to the tracker. We have a list of different organizations to look for. Also, if you have not checked out the video that I did a few days ago called the top six best places to find free money, go to that video. I tell you exactly where I go to get free money and where it's coming from going into 2022, so you can be ready and start connecting with those different places and organizations and associations that I mentioned in the video. I'm telling you exactly what to do. It's just a matter of if you're going to take action to do it, right? So if you feel like that you have not been ready, it's time to get ready, then you stay ready. Once you're ready and you start applying for these programs, it just gets so easier. It gets easier because you've already positioned your business, you've organized all of your documents, you know where to find everything, and then it's just a matter of just keep applying till you get one. And then when you get one, then you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I really can do this. Yes. And then you're going to be able to get another one and another one and another one, right? So that's why we created these master classes and cheat sheets to help you get these grants easier, help you understand what you need to qualify and how to stand out as an applicant. Because we don't want you to continue to go into it blindly, because I hear that, if I've applied for grant after grant after grant and I haven't won. And why is that though? Why is it? You have to know what is it that they're looking for as far as the grants, right? So, and also our grant, we're announcing this week on Thursday. So tune in for that, because we're going to be meeting with the grant awardees of the She Boss Up grants, congratulating them, celebrating them, but hearing from them in their process, and also hearing from the grant committee on what we were looking for, like what we looked at, what we evaluated during the process. Take that, use that to help you apply for your grants as well. And then again, just perfect it. And you'll just be amazed at how much money you'll be able to get for your business in the form of free money. Now, I want to focus on three key programs that are time sensitive. EIDL, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan and Grant Program. The SBA has already updated their site stating that for the COVID EIDL grant and loan program, the deadline is December the 31st. So they've already put out a statement. They updated their website. And so I'm trying to continue this message, because we only have about 2 more weeks to the end of this year before this program ends. The loan is up to $2 million, and the grant right now is up to 15 if you've already applied. Okay. At this point, it's up to 10 if you're just now applying today. And I'll tell you why. Because the 10 is the targeted EIDL that you can apply for through the end of the year and continue to be processed into 2022. The supplemental $5,000 grant, you have to get the deposit by December 31st in order to get it, period. So if you have not applied, it may be too late for them to process it, right? Because they even state on their website, you should have had that application in by the 10th, December the 10th, and you apply at the same time that you're applying for the targeted grant. You're checking a box to say that you want to be considered for the supplemental grant, but they're cutting it off, and they still have billions of dollars in the program, but they're cutting it off. Right? So even if you've been denied and under reconsideration, if you don't get that reconsideration approved and get funded by the end of December, it's a wrap for that $5,000 grant, but you can still get the $10,000, right? Or the balance thereof if you got part of the funding in 2020. If you didn't, you'll get the entire $10,000 grant, okay? And for the EIDL program, you need to have been in business. You could be a gig worker, right? For-profit business, nonprofit, solopreneur, any of those under 500 employees and have been in business as of January 31st of 2020 to qualify for the EIDL program itself. And the loan is a great loan program up to $2 million. Disaster loan program, payments deferred for 2 years from your loan origination date. The grant, in order to get the grant, you need to have 30% need to be able to show a 30% decrease in gross revenue in a quarter, not all year, in a particular quarter in comparison from 2020 to 2019. And you'll see this with a lot of grants because they want you to be able to show, that you had a loss. And it only has to be one quarter. Okay. And then you need to have 300 employees or less. And then your business location must be in a low income community as defined by the IRS. So they have the mapping on the SBA website. So to learn, there's information in the show notes on EIDL, contact numbers, emails for these different programs. You can visit SBA.gov /EIDL, EIDL. Get those applications in. You will not be able to do so after December 31st, unless they decide sometime down the road that they're going to extend the program, because there's still over $100 billion, in the program. Okay. And so business owners still need help. So when you do apply, though, they would continue to process into 2022. If you have received a loan or do receive it, right, you will have up to 2 years to request an increase on your loan, as long as there's still funding available. Okay. So get what you need when you need it, and then you can go back for an increase if you need to. Okay. So that is the EIDL program. So sad that it's coming to a close, but I'm hopeful that they will be starting up newer programs that will continue to provide relief to small businesses. Another program I'm going to mention really quickly is the ERTC program. And I did a solo video specifically on this. Go check it out. I go into much more detail in that video on this program, but I have to mention it because there's so much money available for businesses if you have W-2 employees. Okay, this is the Employee Retention Tax Credit. You can get this credit even if you got PPP because they changed the rules in one of the extensions of the program. Okay, that allows you to get this credit even if you receive a PPP. Okay, and someone told me the other day, they said someone told them if they got forgiveness, they couldn't get ERTC. There's a lot of misinformation out there, you guys. So please be mindful of the information that you're taking in. ERTC, you can get up to $26,000 per payroll or per employee between your 2020 tax credit and your 2021 tax credits. Okay? So let me just give you an example. If you have 10 employees, W-2 employees, that means you can possibly get $260,000. $260,000 that you didn't know you could qualify for, that you could potentially get. Now, there are different rules. I go into them in that separate video. Okay. But in order to get this particular tax credit, you need to first of all, you need to have a payroll. So this is not for 1099 workers. They're not employees. Okay. W-2 employees, and meaning that you have a payroll report that you can provide from your payroll service provider, and you file your quarterly payroll tax returns, and you do that on Form 941. So many of you all may have been had this requested when you apply for other programs, even including EIDL or PPP. So if you have those, that's just going to make the process even more easier for you. Those are two documents that you need to be able to determine if you qualify and how much you qualify for in this credit. Okay. So if you know a business owner that has employees, please tag them or ask them, ma'am, sir, have you heard about this program, the ERTC program, that you can get up to $26,000 per employee? There's still businesses that need money right now. Even if they didn't go under, right? Businesses aren't really profiting, right? So maybe they have good revenue, but the costs have gone up. They're having staffing issues or having to pay more for staff. So they still need the help. This is the help right here. Now, it's not going to be overnight that you're going to get it. You may have to wait 2 or 3 months to get your credit, just depending on the quarters, right? To be able to get that. But this is refundable. That means that you get cash back. Anything over and above what your liability was or what you've already paid, you can get an advance on it. That means that's cash. So apply for it. The link is, we have experts, partners that a company that we have partnered with to be able to help you get access to your credit. Now, go to your payroll person, get your payroll. Go to whoever is processing your payroll taxes and get that information, right? Because you have professionals. Now, if you have an accountant that does this, great. If you have a payroll company that does this, but many accountants are not well versed in it, or there's so many components, is more complex that one may not be able to just do it for you. They can maybe provide you the documentation that you need, but maybe they're not well versed in the program to be able to see it through all the way through. Now, if they are, now there's some accountants that indeed are, right? So they may require a fee, and that is normal, okay? And I say that because someone called me and asked me and said, or emailed me, they said their accountant is able to help them, but she's charging 10%, as though that was some type of fraudulent thing. But they were asking me, okay? No, it's not. Your accountants put in work. Okay, so just like everything else they charge you for when they're processing your information, this program is more complex than PPP. And it takes experts to make sure it's done right and in compliance with the rules. So if your accountant is saying, ma'am, sir, I can help you, but it'll be 10 to 20%, then pay the 10 to 20%, right? Or take zero, right? You choose. But you can't do it on your own. If you know how to do it on your own, great. But the reality is 90% of business owners do not know how to do it on their own or do it correctly. So you're going to need some help. So get the help that you need so that you can get access to this money. Okay. So we have if your accountant can't do it or your payroll person can't do the process for you, we have resources available, experts waiting to receive your application and process them. Okay. So we've already gotten several funded, not funded, but approved. One for $26,000. $26,000. Before they watched my video, they didn't even know this existed, that they could get this credit, because this program has flown so much under the radar because of PPP and EIDL were like the big programs, okay? But this is huge. This is huge, okay? So for those of you all that have W-10 employees, so sorry for those, this program is not for you if you have 1099 workers, or also if you're like me, I'm a sole employee of my company. So unless they change the rules, which I'm hopeful they're advocating for it, there's actually been a bill that has been proposed to extend this program back to December 31st. It was already December 31st. They cut it off at third quarter 2021. So right now you can only get credits up to third quarter. Now they took it in the Senate bill, and why? Right? Because they said people weren't applying for it, and it's $400 billion. But instead of doing the outreach, I don't know. So, but that's what they did. So now there's a bill to extend it again. Why didn't they just leave it? So it's all this back and forth. You already know businesses need the help. Just do the outreach to get it to them so that they know, and make it easier for them to get access, and open it up, extend it, so that businesses like mine, right, that maybe you only have yourself as the sole W-2 employee, can take advantage of the program. So that's what we continue to advocate for. So just be on the lookout, stay connected with us, so that when we do get the update on that, we can make you aware. So it would be great if they extended it. That's more money for your small businesses out there. Okay. The one of the last programs I wanted to talk about is PPP forgiveness. Just a reminder to all of you all that do have PPP loans to get your applications in for forgiveness, so that you do not have to pay the money back. Okay. So the reason I say this is the majority of outstanding applications are those with the smallest loans, right? Under $50,000 in loans. There's no reason why you all shouldn't get full forgiveness unless you were just not eligible. Okay. We have the simplest process. Literally, it took 5 minutes to submit an application for if your loan is $150,000 or less. And again, this is the biggest pool that is still outstanding to get their applications in. So you're going to apply either through your lender, or if your lender is one of the over 4,000 lenders that have opted into the SBA portal, direct portal, then you're going to apply through the portal. That portal takes 5 minutes or less. Okay. And it's super simple. It was super quick process. And I've heard no complaints about the SBA portal and anything regarding slowness or problems being able to get their loans forgiven. Like, I put out polls all the time, and all of my peers just about have gotten forgiveness or are in the process. So please get those applications in. Otherwise, they remain loans, and you will get an email or letter saying that, ma'am, sir, your loan payment is due, because it is a loan. In order, you have to get it forgiven for it to turn to a grant. So once it is forgiven, you'll get a notification from the SBA, and you'll get a notification from your lender. You want to save those documents. Please don't delete those documents or throw those documents away. Please organize them. So if something happens, you need to recall them or bring them up, you can access those records. Okay. So again, that is PPP forgiveness. I know I've had all three. I had 3 PPP loans and 3 different ones, 2 draws, right? So, and all of those were forgiven and brought to a 0 balance. So I'm free and clear. I owe $0 to the lender or the SBA. I don't owe any money. Okay. That's how it becomes a grant. But I know some of you all were told or misled to believe that you could just go out here and get this money and you didn't have to do anything else. It was just automatically forgiven. Yeah, people were being told that. That is not true. Get your applications in, please, so you do not have to pay it back. Okay. So most will be fully forgiven. Some you may be partially forgiven. If it comes back that you're not forgiven, either partial or fully, you need to act quickly and submit an appeal. We have a PPP how to appeal video, how to appeal your denial of PPP forgiveness. So someone reached out on our Facebook page and inquired and said that they were denied. Don't know why they're denied, because I don't have insight into their application process, right? But you have 30 days from that denial to submit an appeal. The clock ticks very quickly. Next thing you know, the time will be over that you have to appeal. So please don't wait. If you get a denial, act immediately. Get your paperwork in, submit that appeal. Yes, it's worth submitting the appeal if you believe that they were incorrect. And denying your forgiveness request. File an appeal. I would go to the appeal route I would take it as far as I could. Because why is it that your entire loan was not forgiven? Again, sometimes there's errors on behalf of, the lender. But irregardless, they say whether it's your error or their error, you still have to pay it back unless you appeal. You have to fight for what you want, right? So, I would do that. Or maybe they had an error and they were in the wrong. You won't know if you don't go through the process and appeal. Don't assume that they were right, or just throw up the white flag because they said that you don't qualify or you're not going to get forgiveness. I've been in many situations with grants and relief programs where, I was put out of the running and no fault of my own. And I fought for it. And in the end, I won it. I wouldn't have won it, and I wouldn't have the money I have today had I given up on the process. And if I know that I did everything I was supposed to do, then I'm gonna go after it, just like I did with the EIDL and the unemployment. When they said I was overpaid and I owed over $6,000, and I got my waiver. Okay, So that's another reminder that if you were one that received the pandemic uh, unemployment assistance and you had overpayments, okay, make sure you go through the appeal process and do check for waivers in your state. Either they have an option whether they automatically waive it, and most states are not, some are, but most are it's case by case basis. So what they have you do is submit a waiver request or waiver application, but submit those applications so you're not stuck paying it back if it was no fault of your own. And we know it was a lot of internal error because of the systems and the quickness of how they set it up. The people they had in charge don't know how to really calculate self-employed income, and so they calculated incorrect. That's what they did on my end. So it was nothing that I did incorrectly. I gave them all correct information. They got it wrong. Okay, but at the end of the day, they allowed me to apply for a waiver. I applied, and a few weeks ago they notified me that all was forgiven. I have a letter from my records, and it's showing zero balance in my back office. Okay, so you can do the same thing. Every state is different, so just know that. So really quickly, so that's it. That's a lot. That's a lot of programs offering free money for you. Again, time sensitive, so you have to be proactive. You have to be proactive. Please, as always, check your inbox, your spam folders, and your promo folders, because every day I talk to a new business owner that didn't get information or say that they didn't, and it's sitting in their spam folder somewhere. All right, or it's sitting in their inbox and they're just not checking it on a regular basis, and the SBA sent you the invite and a reminder 7 months ago, and now you're just finding it out. Good to find it now, then find it after the program closes. So if you apply to the EIDL program anytime in 2020 or 2021, and this is the first time you're hearing about an invite to get the $10,000 or $15,000 targeted EIDL advance, please run to your emails and check and see if it's in there. Just search those terms, and believe me, many of you all that are watching right now will find that you have an invite that you didn't even know you had, and you would miss out on the grant if you don't find it in time, because time is ticking, the end of the year. So I see all of you are out here just checking for like any pressing questions. Thank you so much for being here. Someone is saying, oh, thank you for your help. Okay, they sent me an email. I would definitely check the email. If you send us an email, please do allow up to 48 hours. We typically respond within 24 hours or less. But just give us time, because we service a lot of clients, a lot of people, and we get hundreds of if not thousands of messages from business owners all the time. Okay, are there any grants in the state of Alabama? There are grants in every state. There is no state that doesn't have a grant. Now, some states have more than others. Go to the video that I just did. It's called 6 Best Places to Find Free Money. Start there, okay? There's grants in your state, every state. Did I mention Ohio? I did mention Ohio specifically. They just recently closed their grant programs, but they have a portal. They have some new funding programs for women and minorities that are non-grants. There's some cities and some counties that have grants still available. And when I say cities and counties, I mean the government. But so there's other places you can get money in the state as well. Two that I didn't mention for nonprofits. I talked to a lady the other day, one of my peers. She has a nonprofit. Told her about Walmart's grant, and she got it. So Walmart has a community grant up to $5,000. Costco actually has a grant as well for nonprofits. So you nonprofits, there are grants out there. There's always been thousands of grants for nonprofit organizations, but too often I hear that they don't even know these. Maybe your new nonprofit. But there are more grants for nonprofits than there ever will be for for-profit businesses. Grants for for-profits is new. This is a newer thing, and it came out of COVID, and I'm so happy it did. because we will see that this will become a regular occurrence, that grants will be available for for-profit businesses or social entrepreneurs than they have ever been before. Okay, shout out to one of our peers. She just applied for the Hello Skip grant. Awesome. Yes, there's grants in Georgia. Yes, there's a lot of states out here. Oh, Maryland, DC area, DC, Maryland, Virginia, the New England states. There's a lot of grants that come out specifically. If it's not directly in your state, which it is, there are national grants that also target your states. It's something about your states that is very highly targeted in a lot of these grant programs. So just go to our grant tracker, look at that list. I know one on Hello Alice platform. Hello Alice has a lot, and I know right now they have one that's targeted for the New England states. Okay, the link is in the description. Just click on the video where the notes are, the caption, and you'll see it. And we'll drop it in the comments as well. Someone else is saying that someone contacted them stating, yeah, be mindful of, there are scams out there, but as long as you do your due diligence, I mean, if you're looking for, if something is coming from the SBA, it would always have SBA.gov. If it has something else, it's not the SBA, right? And you can always just call them and say, is this accurate? I received something from the SBA. Is this from you, right? Facebook as well. Facebook has standard, you could just Google and find out if it's a scam or if it's Facebook or not. Okay. And no, they're not charging you a $500 fee. Like their normal grant fees will be something like $10, $15, maybe $25, $35, not hundreds of dollars and not thousands of dollars. Okay. Do you know anything about it? No, I don't. No, I think that's the same thing the other person was talking about with the $500 fee. No, that is not Facebook. So again, be mindful of that. Was actually Facebook or not? If it was Facebook, you would have heard it from me first. There are a lot of scammers out here, so be mindful of that. But don't let that stop you going through the process. Just do your due diligence. I mean, it's not very difficult to find out if somebody is scamming or not, if it's actually Facebook or not. It's people try to pretend to be us too. You can see if it's a fake page, if they have 0 or very few subscribers. They did that the other day and I had to report them. They took our page and they took our videos, took our logos and our grant banner and acting like they're us. And I'm sure they're using it to try to scam people. So I had to knock that down real quick. Okay, so all forgiveness grant applications are done. Congratulations. Keep us posted on your progress on actually getting the forgiveness. If you need help and you need to contact us, Antoinette, email us at hello@shebosstalk.com and we'll be happy to help you. Just let us know what you need and we'll point you in the right direction. Someone also had emailed me about credit and grants. Oh, the only funding that you apply for that credit is a factor are loans or loan type of products, business credits, revenue-based funding. Grants, they do not base whether you get it or approved on credit. Okay, so many of you all are confused when you apply for EIDL. EIDL has a loan program and a grant program. Okay, when they're checking, they do run your credit and they do a hard pull on your credit. Okay, so be mindful of that. But if they deny you on credit, they're denying the loan, not the grant. Okay, you have to apply for the loan first to even get invited to the grant. They're two separate things. So you should not see a grant denial letter based on your credit. You will see it on the loan, but you're not going to see that on the grant. You know, and if you do, send me. I've never seen it. It hasn't happened. So I need a startup grant. For those startups, go check out our video playlist for startups. It has content specifically for startups on how to get funding, all types of funding for startup businesses. Be ready to make sure that you can show that you're serious about your business. You have a business plan and you have a pitch. You're ready to pitch your business, a pitch deck, and you're ready. You have a video pitch ready, elevator pitches ready. Be really ready to pitch your business. Pitching is the best way for startups to get money, and they happen locally, nationally, and internationally. Okay. All right. So one of our followers is saying she applied for one of the Hello Alice grants. They partner with a lot of companies, a lot of organizations to provide grants. And I'm sure they're going to have even more. I mean, I've applied for probably over 10 on their platform. All right. It's hi, Mike. First time following. No, these are, I get this question often too. Are these only for one population of businesses? No, these grants are not just for women. No, they're not just all for men. No, they're not all for minorities. There is a grant for every type of business out there. I don't care what your business is. If you're a startup, if you've been in business a while, in what industry you're in, there is a grant available for your business. There are so many grants for men. If you're a small business, it doesn't matter your gender. If it says it's for small business, just when you go to the grants, they would tell you what the qualifications are for their particular grant. If you have to be in a particular region, right, or in a particular demographic, or just small business, if you have to have certain revenues, if you had to have a certain start date, they will tell you if you fit their criteria, just apply. Right? It may not say that this grant is the startup grant, or it may not say that this grant is for trucking. It may say this is small business resilience, small business recovery, COVID-19 grant, and it will break down all of the requirements for you. And if you meet the requirements, go ahead and apply as soon as you can. Okay. So thank you so much, all of you all that are out there. Very glad and happy that you continue to support us and that you're impacting so many business owners just by sharing the information that we share here. It is so helpful to those small businesses. We get testimonials every single day on how our content, our resources, our masterclass, our cheat sheet has helped them overcome struggles in their business or be able to move to the next level in their business, be able to get access to funding that they never even knew was possible, right? And we just need business owners to know their options and get ready for 2022. This is going to be the biggest year. Have that mindset that this is going to be the biggest, your best year in 2022. Don't wait to 2022 to get ready to start working on your business. If you need to pivot. If you need to re-examine your business model, right? And I put out yesterday across social the other day over the weekend about 5 ways that you can really make money. And I'm talking about major money, 6 figures or more. And I'm going to do a special video on that before we close out the year. So you all can just jumpstart the year and be ready to go out here and build wealth and build legacy for you and your families. Okay, so that's what we're about. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. I wish all of you all a happy holiday that's coming up, and continue to be the boss with Amplify Impact. Continue to stay safe and stay in good health. Have a wonderful day.